I don't know. Have a good day.
Hello everyone, it's story time. What would you do if you found out that your new girlfriend is pregnant by her ex-boyfriend? Would you take responsibility for the child, or would you take revenge on her ex? Let's go. I made my girlfriend go after her baby daddy for child support and ruined his life. I met my girlfriend on Tinder and we were not exclusive to begin with. We get along great and I thought we had a future. She got pregnant and we were kind of excited to start a family. When the baby was born, it was very obviously not mine. I didn't see the birth certificate. I also didn't break up with her, but I also told her that I wouldn't be making myself financially responsible for the baby. We had planned for her to take a year of work to be with the baby. She had already taken her maternity leave. I said she needed to go after the father for child support. She didn't want to because they were friends. I said I understood, but then she had to take full financial responsibility for the kid. I would help her with all the children, like changing diapers and feedings and the like, but not for paying for any of it. She agreed. She ran through her savings in about 6 months. She talked to me about helping her with baby formula and stuff, and I said, no, that isn't our agreement. She called him and asked for money, and he gave her a few $1,000s to pay for baby stuff, but told her not to contact him again. That's when she understood their friendship. So she went after him for child support. His fiancé found out about the whole thing and is thinking of breaking things off. The child support is enough that the baby will be well taken care of and will not affect our finances. He called her crying because we fucked up his life. He said that I could easily afford to take care of them and that I'm an asshole for dragging his life through the mud. She feels terrible about and blames me for not just stepping up and considering her a single mom. I love my girlfriend and the baby, and I have no problem raising the baby. But I don't think I should be held financially responsible when the father has resources and tried to evade responsibility. AITA for making my girlfriend go after her baby daddy for child support and ruin his life. What do you think about this situation, and what would you do if you were that man? As for me, I would take responsibility for the girl and for her child if I declare that I love her. Second story. What just doesn't happen between people who are getting married soon? My fiancé says he won't move in with me unless we find a bigger home with more bedrooms. My fiancé then has a daughter that we will call Mia. He was obviously very young when he had her, so his parents took care of her. Her mom is not involved in her life. His parents and siblings doted her and gave her everything she wanted, therefore she turned out extremely spoiled. Two of their siblings voluntarily shared a bedroom so that a baby could have her own room. Now that we want to move in together, Dan insists that Nia must come with us, even though Dan's dad is the legal guardian. I have no problem with Nia living with us. I think we get along just fine. However, we were planning to buy a home and Dan insisted that we must get Nia's input as well. Nia looked at the home and asked if there are only 2 bedrooms in our house. We said yes. She asked us if we are planning to have kids together. We told her that she knows that we do. She said, no, thank you. I'll stay with my grandparents. Dan freaked out and asked her why. She said she doesn't want to share a bedroom with someone. Now my fiancé says he won't move in with me unless we find a bigger home with more bedrooms because he won't go anywhere without his daughter. We can't afford a bigger room, so this way we won't be able to move in together for who knows how long. I was furious. I told him his daughter is spoiled and he needs to parent her better instead of doing whatever she wants. He called me an asshole for insulting his daughter and is giving me the cold shoulder. AITA for calling my fiance's daughter spoiled. You just told him the truth and he didn't like it. And maybe it's just an attempt to apologize for the fact that he sent his daughter to his parents because he was young enough when she was born. Okay, the next story. I caused a scene when my husband's family showed up for dinner again because of. This evening I made a scene in front of my husband's family while they ate dinner at our house. My husband's family came over for dinner the second time this week. They were also over last week and the week before. Typically, I am not consulting on these visits. I am just informed of them, sometimes with little or no notice at all. The visit 2 weeks ago had 30 people. This one I had lots of notice. Last week was 15. During these previous visits, I feel I was a good and welcoming host. I made food, cleaned up, made conversation, etc. This afternoon I was exhausted and not feeling well after a really busy work week and sleep issues. My husband and I have a young daughter who also came home from daycare, Kathy. We've been dealing with bouts of sickness plus some really big transitions in the last few weeks. Around 3 p.m. my husband informed me that family members were coming over, 6 in total. I told him I wasn't feeling well and was upset that he didn't ask me about before confirming. I was also upset because we had only had one dinner together this week. The previous night he had been at a work dinner and was over at his dad's earlier in the week. Plus, we already had the family. He initially disregarded me and left the room, but he later apologized and reassured me that next week will be quiet and we will spend time together and I could just be upstairs tonight and not have to worry about cleaning anything up. Plus, dinner was taken care of already. I had an early dinner with my daughter and put her to bed at 7, which is when his family showed up. I stayed upstairs in bed initially but went down and briefly explained I was not feeling well and our daughter was sleeping. However, there was a lot of noise with kids running around who woke up my daughter, so went down again around 9. At this point, my husband was slurring his words, drunk because when he gets together with his dad, they drink. When I realized he was slurring his words, I lost it. I asked him to stop drinking in front of his family because he would be grumpy and hungover the next day. I told him I was tired of it and tired of cleaning up after everyone. Honestly, I can't remember everything I said because I was raging, but I do know that I didn't swear or yell, so I was raising my voice. I told him that his behavior was unhealthy and that was not okay. I basically had a heated argument with him in front of his family, clearly making them feel uncomfortable. But they also knew I was sick, yet stayed until after 10 p.m. while the kids ran around making noise. They stayed later earlier in the week and at that time didn't offer any help. My husband and his dad are both passed out now. The other family and kids have left. I'm embarrassed that I lost my composure, but I'm also just so fed up. I feel not in my gut and guilt for not holding it in. But I feel like I've been holding a lot in and couldn't contain it any longer. AITA for cousin, a scene when my husband's family showed up for dinner again. You just tired of the guest and want to be with your family. You want to be alone with your husband without his relatives, I think. This is absolutely normal, and you can always apologize and blame your poor health for everything, I think. Story time is over, and thank you for spending time on our channel.
I don't know. Have a good day.